We're live. We're live. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Sampou, and this is our fourth Makers Chat, or a third or a fourth, somewhere around there. And today I have in studio Jollyne Toste.
Hi.
And Jollyne is a dear friend and someone I've collaborated with a bunch on quilting. And like Michelle Wyman, we met through class.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we're going to be talking about the SKY Log Cabin today and other projects that Jollyne has done and her techniques and how we collaborate, because we're really going to dive deep into this beautiful SKY Log Cabin. So Jollyne, I can give you a little introduction. We've known each other for 6 years, or seven.
Seven. Yeah.
So why don't you tell our folks out there, who you are and how you got into quilting?
Sure. Yeah. I'm a retired physical education teacher, and I really enjoyed that. And I was also a seamstress, just throughout my life, creating clothes. But I started learning quilting seriously in about 2010, and had some great basic teachers. I did a lot of applique, Baltimore album applique, and then first class I took from Jennifer was in 2015. I took the Elephant and I class that she was offering at the Cotton Patch, and one of the reasons I was interested in is we had just come back from Vietnam, and we had visited some of the elephant spaces and activities.
The sanctuaries.
And I thought, well, I wish we had visited the sanctuaries. We had visited places where they had them doing the entertainment, and I was feeling very sad about that, but I thought I love elephants and their energy, and their eyes are so special, so I wanted to create something, and so that was the first class I took.
Yeah. So the Cotton Patch is my mother-in-law's shop in Lafayette, California.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Where we do a lot of shopping there.
Yes, absolutely.
And she has a great classroom called the Annex.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 10 students in there, or 12. Sometimes you can get a little bit more, but everyone likes a nice big table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So Jollyne came in, and I noticed her work immediately. Yeah, seriously, Jollyne. She is a master at so many techniques.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, crazy. And so when we've collaborated, I'm like, okay, Jollyne, this is the color story. How do you do that?
Oh. And that's the face I make. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
But you have mastered, the fact that she started with Baltimore quilting.
Yes.
I mean, right? Let's not mess around here. So tell us, okay, so you first were doing applique.
Applique, yeah, and I had a wonderful instructor in Sandra Mullen, and she's got a few books, or a book out at C&T Publishing, but she is just an amazing instructor in all aspects, not just the applique and turning, but all the embellishments that you add and can create some interest in your blocks, and so I just really appreciated studying under her, and I think originally I wanted to create pictures in my quilts, although
do you have a couple examples or anything?
I didn't bring any. I actually.
So
one of the Georgia O'Keeffe. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. This was from the Georgia O'Keeffe workshop I took.
I'm going to hold that up close so they can see it.
Yeah.
So this is her applique work. I'm not sure if I'm getting too close to the camera because we've turned it around. Can you see that, Colette?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is her.
To the left.
A little to the left. My left?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Or their left. So this is Jollyne's applique work. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. You've got a lot of hand stitching.
I'm just starting the hand stitching.
You're doing some embroidery.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
So I really enjoy that aspect of it because it makes a nice clean edge. It's like a piecing piece, right?
Right.
It's all finished and looks clean.
Okay, so then from applique, you got into different kinds of piecing. You've done curved piecing, right?
Yeah, improv. I've taken some improv classes in the last year or so, and I was lucky enough to have my quilt get into QuiltCon from Irene
QuiltCon!
Roderick.
Yay! Way to go!
Yeah.
You had 3 pieces in QuiltCon.
Well, 2 real pieces, and then a piece in the SJSA, the social justice.
So she's a do-gooder
so
as well.
That was
very
nice.
do-gooder.
Sometimes we worry our work is not good enough, but it was good.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
So I want to show you guys the page. Here we have Jollyne. about the go right into this log cabin. So the log cabin is a pattern.
We might have gotten frozen by Wi-Fi for a second.
Oh,
We're
I
getting
did.
back
Okay, we got
up.
frozen for a second. All right, are we back?
All right, I think we're good.
Okay. So how I got into log cabins was this quilt. I'm just gonna wheel it right in front of me. Oh, right here. La la la. Was this quilt, which I've always loved log cabins, and when I did the Spring Shiver collection, I wanted to highlight the butterflies. And so what perfect way to highlight the butterflies was stick them in the center of a block. And so I chose to do a log cabin block. And I did 7 bars per side, both on the butterfly quilt and this quilt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 bars that go out of this log cabin. If you've never made a log cabin, they're great fun, and usually they're like 3, 4, maybe 5 bars.
Right, and the strips may be wider if you need to take up more space.
Yes.
But you can use a strip roll.
Right, like a roll up or jelly roll.
Yeah, jelly rolls, sorry. Yeah.
Very popular. They're big and they're not as refined.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They're beautiful, but they're a little more, they're just different. They're just not as refined.
Yeah, you get a lot more variation in color, and this is more fun.
Yeah, this is I think it's elevated,
Yeah,
right? It's elevated a bit. So the way that Jollyne and I worked was that photo. I'm gonna just push this aside. This photo in the lookbook. You did the cutting, or did I do the cutting?
I
You
did the cutting. Yeah, you gave me the have to have them.
Yeah, so
stacks.
Yeah, so she took this have to have it stack and the chalk and charcoal stack.
Right.
Because this is what makes the quilt.
Right.
And then she cut with like 1.5-inch strips,
Correct.
weren't they?
Correct.
And then we had we put the strips all up on the board, right? And
I hung them there, and you separated them by warm and cool colors when you gave them to me, so that was very helpful.
Right. Right.
And I think what we were trying is warm on one side and cool on the other.
Yes, and light and dark.
And light and dark.
Warm, cool, light and dark. So that's a really good basic formula for you guys out there when you make this quilt. This center block is the turquoise.
Yes, I think there's 2 different blues that you chose from the chalk and charcoal.
Yes, there's 2 different blues from the chalk and charcoal. One is Riviera, and the other one Capri. Oh, look at Colette. There's Magic Colette.
Yeah.
So Capri and Riviera
Nice.
is those 2 colors in the center squares. It's subtle. You can see it in real life. But what we did is I created the color for the most part. So we were laughing right before this started. I did about 90% of the color work, and you did like, what'd you do?
I'm the worker bee.
She did 90% of the sewing.
Yes, the piecing, yes.
The piecing.
Yes.
Right. And we didn't know where the blocks were all going to be. Remember?
Right. Yeah. We just worked with the, dark and light side or warm and cool side, and then after they were done, well, not done. I think we might have done 8 or 9 blocks, and then we started laying them out to see where do we need certain colors that we can choose from to kind of pull them all together.
Right.
That's what I remember.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
Because so I just went ahead and was making blocks I loved, right?
Yes.
And then 8 or 9, and this is a 16 block quilt.
Yeah.
So if you go ahead and if you get this kit and you start making this, start with 5 blocks that just make them how you love them. And then what I realized is we needed more light to dark. like we needed, in order to get the secondary star, where's the pattern? In order to get, hold on. In order to get this secondary star to happen, so when I talk about that secondary star, it's the light areas. It's the big, huge star. In order to get that, you have to differentiate your values. So Jolene, like right above you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real strong light to dark. Where here, it's not. The values are more similar, but it's warm to cool.
Mm-hmm.
And when we did those first blocks, I loved the warm to cool.
Yeah.
But then we needed to do more light to darks.
Right. You also decided that you wanted the corners to be dark, and I think in your other one you had
right.
the corners light.
Right.
So
Good
then
point.
we focused on choosing the darker fabrics or darker values.
The darker values,
Yes.
the darker fabrics.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was so in the first butterfly one, the star itself is dark and the background's light. In here, the star is light and the background kind of recedes.
Beautiful.
What did you do? Okay, so tell us about your process with your cutting
Right.
and how it was to sew, because sometimes when you get lots of skinny strips and you sew lots of skinny strips together,
Get a little wonky. And that would be okay if that's what you want. But
Right.
we did not choose a wonky. So the first couple of blocks, I don't think I had a system yet. And then as we got going, Jennifer would lay out the strips on a piece of batting, and I would have them ready to sew. But I could kind of sit at my chair, and I would do kind of sequential blocks. I had a little spot next to me for cutting, and a spot next to me on the other side for pressing. So I used, I don't know, should I pull out something?
absolutely.
I love this item because you can set it next to you. It also rotates.
So it's the Ulfa rotating board.
Yeah, and it's the perfect. It's a good size. Now, actually,
What
it's
size? This is
16. It's 16 by 16. I don't know if there's a bigger one. So certainly, as I got to the full size, these are 19 and a half.
Right.
I had to get up and move, which is fun. I do like to get up and move when I'm sewing. Gives me a little exercise.
You're a gym teacher.
Right.
You're probably doing cartwheels around the
I also.
sewing machine.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Not maybe in my younger days. I also used. I love my little Aliso
Yeah.
machine because you
Aliso,
can keep that right next to you and press them down. And then I don't know how many of you have used Audrey Essery's Cotton and Bourbon, and this has a formal name that I'm going blank on. But after you press a seam, you just lay it on top as it's cooling, and it flattens it out magically. I never quite understood that,
I
but
have never used one of
it
these.
is amazing. And she now has a 24-inch one, like for longer seams.
This is
but
pretty heavy.
yeah,
It's made
you
of
just
oak or something.
lay it down and kind of walk away and get the next item prepared, and you come back and the fabric is cooled and it creates a flat.
Oh, that's
seam.
real. This is a cool. Look at that.
Super cool.
Cotton and Bourbon.
She makes them herself.
Cheers.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
And she's got a little drink with ice cubes. in
Yes, cotton, that's her bourbon. So anyway, that's a wonderful
I've
tool.
Somewhere.
It is.
That's
well, she's
super
in
cute.
Kentucky. So.
I haven't seen you use this, so that's really neat.
Yeah. Well, I really have. It's evolved to be like, oh, this really works.
That's a
'cause
good tip.
I wasn't sure I really believed in it.
Okay, so
And so I think those are the main. Oh, I did use. It was. Sorry, I'm talking while I'm grabbing. It was important to square it off. So I'm lucky. I used this with my Baltimore blocks because they were large. I know it's gigantic.
It's like we can fit both of our heads behind it. And
Yeah.
I see Jolene.
Right. So this is a 20-inch one, which I have
Yeah.
20 and a half inch.
20
but
and
it
a
worked
half
really
inch.
well to square each block. And
This is heavy too.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
a creative grid. That I don't even own one of these. I just use my
it's pretty big.
my Octagon Shimmer one.
Yeah.
So I have to go twice because
Oh,
I gotta
wow.
turn it and turn it.
Yeah,
Right? My big
yeah.
Octagon Shimmer triangle.
Yeah.
But this is fancy.
right.
She's a gadget girl.
I do have all the gadgets. I have space for them.
You do. And they're organized.
Yes. For the most part, yes. So, yeah. So I guess that was pretty much it. Is as I'm going around, I did press each one. I did straighten them up
Yes.
to be sure I wasn't going to get lost at the end.
Because they will bow in the middle. Like they bow because you're you're really securing these seams and the corners, all 4 corners, so they'll tend to bow out this way as you press them, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you found?
I don't know that I noticed that as much, but I did know that there were points on the end when I needed to be 19 and a half, I had to do a little manhandling and steam to
Right.
get it out
Well,
there.
it's I mean, it lays flat. It's perfect.
It turned out. Yay!
And so I want to show you because we have a couple of new blocks set up. I'm going to move this in front of you, and I don't want it to fall.
How can I help you?
I'm just going to gently slide it. You can just grab there. But I want to show you guys this because we're working on another quilt.
Oh, boy.
And so this shows you, can you see it, Colette?
Can you lift it up?
Maybe we lift it up a touch. Okay, so this shows you how I put the color down for each block. So we're not cutting exact measurements yet.
Right.
We're cutting 1 to 2 inches, at least 1 inch longer than what we need because I have to see the color. And if I cut them exactly to the measurement they are, then I don't have any wiggle room.
Right.
And it's hard for me to see how the colors join together at each corner.
Oh, that's true.
So that's just a sample, and we'll put that back.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys would find that helpful.
It was. It's such a great, that was a good tool.
And like we said, I take the batting, and I think you came up with that idea, right?
Yeah,
the batting?
Yes. I think I
The
brought
square batting, and
Right.
we used the like a big 24-inch piece of batting,
Right.
20,
Right.
because they finished at 19 and a half, so we had to have like a 22 or 23-inch
They were
batting.
big. Yeah, the bigger that was better. And then we just actually could stack them
Yep.
for sewing, so they're right by the machine. Which eventually I just decided to focus on one block at a time because you can easily get confused
Right.
as to what direction you're going in the circle, and then suddenly a dark is on the light side, and
Right.
so-
Which is okay,
Yeah.
because you can see if you make a mistake,
right.
just
They all
keep
fit
going.
together beautifully.
Yeah, and
yes.
again, that was that whole like make the first 5 to
Mhm.
10 just the way you want them,
Mhm.
and then when you lay them up, going, okay, I need more definition here. That's really what
Right.
it comes down to. And then I put all. The other thing I want to talk about with color is I love ganging the same color family together.
Mhm.
So I'm ganging this all, and these are all the new colors in Sky. So I've got the peony, I've got the, what are all the colors? Peony, pomegranate, no, I don't have a ruby. Do I have a ruby? I don't have a ruby.
No,
Flame, this is flame, this is
also peony.
peony.
The lighter,
Yeah, that's right.
The light part of it.
And that's part of flame, that's
Mhm.
part of flame, and then here is the chalk and charcoal. So I love ganging together like the greens or the browns, the lights and the whites. So you don't have to go light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. That actually makes it really busy.
Right.
It's nice seeing the chunks of color.
Beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
what else?
What else? About piecing?
Yeah, just about this quilt. Do you
Right. Well, once we got all 4x4 laid out, then we had to decide on the border, and that was
Right.
interesting because we went through a whole process of, do we want to go black and white, or what are we going to do? So that was challenging but fun.
Yeah.
Trying some different things.
Yeah, so the border, my first go-to, well, look at your glasses. You guys gotta look at Jolie's glasses. They're super cute. Just go show them up. So my first thought was,
Sorry.
that was super cute. I love it. My first thought was all this color. I wanted to do a black and white border, like something like and kind of animal-y,
Yeah.
right? So I kept thinking of
Try it.
medieval kings and queens.
Oh, that's right.
And you guys know that a medieval king and queen, especially King Henry VIII, he had ermine, his capes, and his coronation gowns, or what gowns, I don't know if they're called gowns, but his coronation capes had ermine, which was that white fur with the black spots.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that out of my mind. So I was like, Jolene, can you come over with some, of your black and whites and, help me out, because I'm trying to sew some just kind of wonky triangles.
Right. So I made a bunch of black and white triangles, and we kind of laid it out.
We put them around, and I have where's my phone? Oh, my phone.
Where is your phone?
My phone is in the live.
That's what we're talking to.
I know. That's my glasses.
Yes,
Where's my glasses?
Yes.
Okay, so wait, I have it right here. Okay, So I have my iPad. So here, I can show you. I was playing with. Can you see that, Colette? On the.
Takes a minute.
It takes a minute. So I'm playing with black and white here because I had taken my own old octagon shimmer quilt and said, oh, the black and white looks cool. And then I was playing with like a black and white print, a larger triangles going one way or the other way, and then both ways. And it was demanding too much attention.
It was really distracting from the beauty of this
Yes.
part, I think.
Yes.
Which was easy to, it was interesting because it sounded like such a great idea, and then it's like, oh, well, on another quilt.
Right, on
Yes,
another quilt.
Yes, yes.
That's a great, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
On another quilt. Like not no,
Right.
just not this quilt.
Yeah, I still have them stacked up in a little envelope, ready to go for another quilt someday. Or if you need them, let me know.
That pain in the neck was 15 minutes
Oh,
away.
never.
So then when we scrapped that black and white idea, we're like, okay, I gotta just try sky.
Right.
And I picked the old colors,
Mhm.
my favorite being Spa. One of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
colors in the original is Spa.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then these are new colors here, and then the other one is that Ocean, I think. Azure. That's Azure up there.
I like Azure. This blue is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, that blue, that's Ocean.
Full.
And then we use some of the new colors, and I love the brown, I love the bison, and so it ended up working perfectly.
Yes.
Is doing the sky border on the SKY
Mhm.
Log Cabin blocks.
Mhm.
The finish is kind of a classic finish that I do on most of my quilts. It's a big S-curve done by Hello Stitch in
Mhm.
Berkeley, California, and I use a bright green
Yeah, it's perfect. I
thread.
love that. Yeah.
And that is really pretty. It just looks great on all the colors. What's the back? I forget what oh, and the back is, here, you grab
Oh, I
that,
love
Jolene.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, so the back is from my Spring Shimmer, and it's the big smoke tree print. And I did gray on the back, the thread.
Yeah, and then there's a black binding.
Oh yeah, and the black binding is on the bias.
Yeah.
You finished the binding.
Yes, yes.
Her work is amazing. Yeah, I know. It's fun to collaborate.
Yes, it is, absolutely. I learned so much from you when I'm doing this because your knowledge of color and how odd colors that I would never think to put together look fabulous. So I really enjoy it as much as helping you.
Yeah, well, Jolene's come to a bunch of my classes at
Yes,
this point
yes,
now.
yes.
Yeah, and so Jolene, Michelle, and I, we're celebrating birthdays.
Yes, it's really nice.
And now we love each other.
Right. We just got back from her workshop in Santa Fe, the Georgia O'Keeffe themed workshop.
Oh, will you
and
show
that was-
some of your other work?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have well,
So
yeah.
she brought some other stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
she came to Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh, show your
I'm
other
gonna show
Georgia
the-
piece, and then
let's-
show your
Oh,
12 by 12s.
Well, I showed one Georgia O'Keeffe. This was
Right.
my, what was it called? This is
Meat
medium.
mild. This is mild.
Oh, this was mild.
Mild.
I was trying to add a little bit of something in here, and then I'm not sure about this, but I was playing with a
Whether
little
you want to
pansy, add a little
Isn't that
flower on there.
Beautiful. Oh my God, your handwork is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta show this handwork
So
up
I'm not.
close.
Oh,
Show the handwork up close. Look at her handwork. So she did this little peony, or pansy, really.
yeah,
it's a pansy.
I was trying to.
And
make
then
a
she did
pansy.
all these French knots and chain stitching. Looks like mostly chain stitch, right? Or did you also
I
do
think they're just. I thought they were just slip stitches.
or
but-
slip stitches?
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Just the thick thread makes it look different.
So yeah, so this was a mild project,
Right.
mild, medium, spicy, depending on how difficult.
Right, I used the green from after this because I would never think of using the green, but it is an amazing lifter of the whole quilt. It just
Yeah, it looks
beautiful.
great on there.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful, all finished. I don't think I've seen it all finished.
I just finished it, yeah, so I could show it.
Showing off. Nothing like a deadline.
Right.
What's on the back?
Right. Oh well.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see the back. There's the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. I
Pretty.
just had another ombre that I had taken to the workshop. Oh yeah, I didn't fill it in. And then a craft finish or art finish.
Yes,
I haven't
really
put
pretty.
I haven't put a sleeve on it yet, but yeah,
I love
so
it.
fun.
I love
Thank you. Yeah, and then you saw the
Let's
other
see your other
applique
work.
one.
Yeah, then we saw the applique
Yeah.
one.
And then these are from all the leftover scraps. just some little pieces I do. I'm in a 12 by 12 group. It's an art group, so we meet once a month. So that's the 12 by 12 size.
Okay,
Met two needs. And I used your curved idea because I liked it.
Did you do this on your home machine?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, certainly.
Did you have to draw that out first?
You know, I drew the first one. I used some freezer paper to kind of see what I liked, and I put it down and mimicked it, and then I was able to just go 1/4 inch from each one. So.
Right, so that's 1/4 to seam allowance.
Yeah.
Will you show that up close to show the gals?
Not sure how this goes. Hello, are we there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, are we almost over?
No. She reminded me I haven't shown the other quilt.
Oh yeah.
Okay, show.
Okay. Other little pieces and more for my 12 by 12 group. This is more of the warm colors, right? And
that reminds me of Jean Wells.
Oh yes, and I have taken classes from Jean Wells, so you're absolutely right. That's probably where the influence came. Not sure what the top is, so could go either way.
Yeah, I have. Jean gave me this beautiful. She framed them and she put them on wood frames, and then she put a little batting in behind.
Oh, nice.
So I have one in the house.
Yeah,
that
I'll have to
Jean
see that.
did. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And then this one, I was trying to work with create kind of a forest look, a tree of some sort. That's all the bison that was left. After all that, it's like, oh, that's the only brown I have left. But anyway,
I love it.
I like the color combination. I really like the way that one turned out.
Your piecing is just beautiful. Adding this little scrap in here.
Jean Wells. Absolutely. And so I hope to do more, because now that I have full yardage of this beautiful material, I can do that. So awesome. Thank you for your influence here.
Yeah, so I'm just a big fan of Jollyne, you can tell.
Well, mutual.
I'm a big fan. And she's a delightful human being. First and foremost.
Oh, thank you.
You're a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to work with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I love working with you too.
I want to show the quilt that Michelle did. And you want to help me hold it? Jollyne hadn't seen this. So Michelle wanted to also make the log cabin.
Wow.
And she wanted to use colors. Here we go this way, I think.
Okay.
She wanted to use colors that were more muted.
Yes, it's just beautiful.
And
it has
quieter.
both skies.
And has most of the original skies, right?
Yes.
Can you guys see that? It's kind of hard to see it.
There we go.
And she used skies.
And
Was it any of the new skies, or is it all the older skies? It's all the original skies.
The Monterey Sunset.
She calls it Monterey Sunset.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Yes, she spends a lot of time in Carmel and Monterey, and she's on the ocean a lot. It's beautiful, Michelle.
It is. And then some chalk and charcoal as well.
Mm-hmm. And look at her whites and light blues right over there and here.
So beautiful.
It's so pretty, and I like her choice of yellow as the center. So that's dawn. Well, the one side of the dawn.
Yeah. Turned out gorgeous.
And then her back, the back that she used is this smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke bush and smoke, or taupe, or whatever the color's called.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I'm pretty sure we're gonna kit this one too. We'll have a kit called the Michelle, Monterey Michelle.
Nice.
That's really what we should call it, Monterey
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
And that's really pretty. I also have this. I want to show you that Jollyne and I made. No, you mostly. We worked on this.
We worked together. Yeah, the Jolly Star.
The Jolly Star.
Yeah, this is in your book, your ombre book.
Right, and this was we did this way back in 2019.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic.
It was a good one.
I know.
I learned a lot on that one. Don't cut all the fabric at once.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Well, that was one of those where the fabric pieces you're cut. This is different because it's all 1 1/4 inch strips.
Right.
So
you can't go
cut
wrong.
You cut it all. You're fine. That you need a different size strips and different size
4
blocks.
sizes.
Yeah.
5 sizes.
I'm sorry I didn't study up on it.
No, don't you
but,
don't have to.
All I know is that you have minimal amount of fabric. I cut it all, and then I was like, ruh-roh, because I didn't have the right colors in places I wanted to put them. So if I cut portion of it, started making blocks, then I could have cut more of the sizes I wanted. So that was.
So that is a good rule of thumb. Pretty much with all my patterns, don't cut everything right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because they're ombres.
Mm-hmm.
and there's all these different parts of each ombre. So by cutting like half of what you need, creating those blocks, and then seeing what you have.
Yes.
And then evaluating what you need. There's
it's a little bit challenging.
It's
not a person that likes to just get in, let's just cut it all, and then let's just sew it all, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You need to take time and let it noodle, as you've taught me. You got to think through and
let it noodle, and then trust the process.
Yes.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Colette, if we had any questions, Colette's over
Just
here.
a lot of compliments on your beautiful quilts.
Oh, yay.
Thanks everyone. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. If you're out there, if you collaborate with friends, it's a really fun process.
Oh, super fun. Yeah.
Because you learn from each other.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
And everyone has like slightly different skills and everyone looks at things differently.
Right. Yeah, I've learned so much from you, Michelle. You have such artistic knowledge, and maybe I have the manual skills
Your
that
skills
I'm learning,
are
right?
over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all kind of learn from each other. So
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Michelle says she likes your guys' yellow pants.
Oh yes. Oh.
Michelle. Yeah, and we didn't even look at we're matching.
Know.
I know. Call each other. Look at see. Simpatico. Yeah, look at my shoes. They match your shirt.
Aww.
I know. We're
So cute.
That's very funny. We didn't. Seriously, we didn't plan it. I
bought these pants because I saw you in those, and I thought, oh, I love those pants. I think one of your other quilts. You had taken a picture and you were in the yellow pants.
Right.
Those pants.
I know I think these are Gap, and I've had them for probably 10, 15 years. They're like wearing out. I got a big black spot.
Oh well, we'll patch them.
Right. I just need to put
some patches.
Put some patches on.
Yeah.
So cute. Because you did all your patches.
I did. This is part of my 100-day project. There, each patch was one that I added.
Okay. Will you talk? Because we still have. I'm probably go another 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Will you talk about your 100-day project?
Oh God,
I was so impressed.
Thank
so tell
you.
everyone what you did.
So during the pandemic, I had watched other people do the 100-day project, which can be any aspect that you want. It can be painting, writing, stitching. And I thought, okay, well, I can do this with small little pieces. And so I said, I'm going to do 100 days of tiny art. And so I started with these little teeny blocks. I was making complete blocks, like these little mini quilts. And suddenly I started realizing that this is taking 4 or 5 hours a day, and I do work a little bit still, and I do have other aspects of my life I need to participate in. So then I started like a quilting, a little stitching project would be acceptable, or embroidery, or a little, velour.
Oh, that's velour.
Yes, isn't it
so
great?
Soft.
So yeah, and I got so many more ideas as I was going when I was in Santa Fe. Started using the reflections fabrics and making little pieces or creating little embellishments, and that was.
You have a couple things you made, right?
Oh yeah, I think I. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm leaving the screen.
That's okay.
It's not
I'll
falling
forgive
right
you.
So yeah.
So these are part of your 100-day project?
These were 100 days. Also, I had an improv book, and so I was taking some of my scraps still. These are all scraps from the original reflections and creating little blocks.
So what was the hardest thing about like 100 days of making? That's intense. I've never done that.
I think that the hardest part. Well, I thought ahead. If I was traveling somewhere, I had to think ahead. Maybe I would prepare something that I could stitch when I was away. But I think it was just the experiment of seeing, can I do it? I know I could do it, but how will it evolve? And it was like all of a sudden I was getting so many ideas. You get one idea and it piggybacks another. And it was like, oh my gosh, I have so many ideas. And then I had to limit it because I couldn't do it all in one day and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Right. Yeah, so it was really very exciting. I mean, the conclusion of it was, I think it's Maya Angelou's quote was, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have.
Okay, wait, hold on. Maya Angelou, you can't use up creativity. The more you use it,
the more you have.
The more you have.
Yeah.
Okay,
wonderful.
That's a pearl.
Yeah, it was a wonderful.
And that's how you felt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. So I'm glad I did it.
Good for you.
Yeah, I think I'll do it again, and maybe I'll do it with sketching. I would like to get better at sketching.
Right, she paints as well.
So yeah.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, it was super.
Well, I think we're gonna That's a great note, right?
Yeah.
That Maya Angelou quote. And happy Pride, everyone. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the perfect Pride
For
quilt.
sure. Yeah.
And have a great June. And our next, actually, we're doing a Maker's Chat with Marcella Ostenfeld this Friday.
Oh, nice.
Marcella is off the charts creative.
Yeah.
She sews, she does leather. She first and foremost, she's a jewelry maker.
Yes.
Crazy talented.
Beautiful.
And Marcella, and so we're doing the next 2 Wednesdays and the next 2 Fridays because I'm taking July off. Woohoo!
Yay,
I'm like, I'm out.
okay.
You're not gonna see me on Instagram for at least a month.
Yay.
Because I'm just, we got a lot of fun stuff for the summer, and I just want to take a break from work. And
Yeah.
even though this is really fun and play,
It is,
it's not
it
really
is.
work. But I'd be with my family.
Yeah.
So Marcella will be here Friday at noon, and then I've got next Wednesday.
Malka
I got Malka Dabrowski talking about her Hope
and then
quilt.
Carrie.
And then the following Friday, a week from this Friday, I've got Carrie Wickander, and we are looking at her Stairway to the Sky quilt that we had to reschedule with her. So
Oh, good.
we have a really nice wrap up with the last 3 makers and highlighting the lookbook for this summer. So anyway, Jolene, thank you.
Thank you. It was so nice to be here.
Yeah.
Fun.
And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you later.